Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe.
Welcome back, darlings. I'm TV host, entertainment journalist, Cognac Wellerlane, and we are here at the Old Westbury Gardens for a very important concert. A very famous concert pianist is just about to perform.
I want to thank everybody for coming, because I know we've had a very difficult year, like all arts organizations. We've had to be very resourceful and very flexible. But we're very, very happy to be back. This concert is very, very special and very intimate. Hayk is a fantastic pianist, and we wanted to start off with something that was lovely and intimate, and something that you would really, really enjoy. So I wanted to remind you that you have these little sheets, but you have like contact sheets. Please, if you are not on our mailing list, please do fill these sheets out. This is how we keep track of you, and this is how we will alert you to other concerts. There will be another concert. The last concert of the season will be November 6th, and it will be with Hayk Arsenyan, with a spectacular violinist named Phillips Collection, who is a Slovakian-American pianist, and yours truly, Ellie Vulcan. So it'll be a trio this time around. In the spring, we start a full schedule with our full, hopefully, with all of our activities, which means that we will have our pre-concert talk, we will have our receptions, and we will have our tours of the house, before. This concert is without intermission. So if you need to do anything, do it now, because you won't have a chance otherwise, okay? So anyway, enjoy the concert, and again, thank you so much for all the people that are supporting us. We really do appreciate it, and we really love doing it. We're very happy to be back. Thanks a lot.
Welcome back, darlings. I'm TV host, entertainment journalist, Cognac Wellerlane, and we are here at the Old Westbury Gardens, and we're just about to see a fabulous pianist, and he is about Chopin. Do you know the name of the pianist that we're about to see?
No, it's on the program.
Let's take a look what his name is. I understand he's very, very famous. Ah, yes, Hayk Arsenyan. Hayk Arsenyan. Show my audience the picture. There you go, darling. That's the picture of the pianist. So, tell my audience, how did you find out about this event today?
I think, did Monica tell me? Or I think they, online.
Online. We're members of the Old Westbury Gardens, and they have the best events right here at this fabulous vintage museum with old world charm right on the north shore of Long Island. So we are just about to see this fabulous pianist perform. So without further ado, darlings, let's take a look and let's listen to this fabulous concert. Pink Champagne Kisses.
Not in his regular style, and in fact it doesn't really match the genre of nocturnes at all. The nocturnes usually, or at least Chopin's nocturnes, are the outer parts are kind of calm, and then the middle part is all virtuosic or like fiery. But this is just a totally different story. But we'll come back to this one. So also keep that in your mind, in your ears. But let's go back to the one that I said, the distorted one. So it is by, let's say, about a century and a half later in France, one of the most important French composers, Francis Poulenc, wrote a set of 8 nocturnes. This is a composer, that was writing, well, these nocturnes are, it took him 10 years actually to write those 8 nocturnes, from the 20s to 30s, so mid-20s to mid-30s. A very interesting, time in Paris, because that's right in between the 2 wars, and very decadent time, but also full of a lot of influences, a lot of cultures, mixes. Jazz is developing in New York, and that is all influencing jazz in Paris, and a lot of jazz clubs opening up. A lot of Asian cultures are immersing, in Paris. Of course, their own calendars in Africa and Middle East. So it's a crazy mix that is really boiling. And so the second nocturne is called Bal de Jeunes Filles, which means ball of young women. It is kind of influenced by the classical ballets. You can hear a little bit of the Tchaikovsky, maybe it's dedicated to one of his friends, Jeanne Céline, who was a very famous ballerina. The third one is Les Cloches de Malines. Malines is a small town in France, and it's a very interesting melancholic, piece that you will hear. This cloche means bells, so these bells of Malines, those church bells, you will hear it like in the silence of this little tiny town, and then at some moment in the middle of it, the bells break, and they start, this random movements, and it kind of goes back, but he goes back to the beginning of that nocturne, but he says melancholically, like as if there is no return. So the fourth one is the one that you need to see if you can associate that with if you can hear that distorted version of the preludes, of the Chopin prelude. It's called Bal Fantôme. And he has a very interesting quote here, by Julian Green, saying, not a single note was lost in the silence of the whole mention, where the dying man was laying in his deathbed and thinking of the beautiful and happy days that he had. I mean, this is not depressive at all to me. I mean, what an incredible moment of thinking of the good times. And I feel like actually really you can hear that in this Bal Fantôme, which is Bal of the Ghost. And I think it's also an interesting thing that he portrays Chopin in this, probably because the nocturnes, Chopin made it famous, but also in a funny way, Berlioz, another French composer, called Chopin a composer who was constantly dying. Because he had the TB, and he was always, in treatment in Spain. But he was, always going through, those states where he was almost going to die, but he didn't die, and so he was constantly dying. Funny, not so funny thing. So the fifth nocturne is called Phalène, which is moths, and it's a very interesting nocturne because it is written in bitonality. That means one hand is playing in one key, the other hand is playing in a totally different key, very fast and kind of sporadic in a crazy way. He's portraying those moths flying around the light bulb or wherever. The sixth and the seventh, or just he kind of made them into just to complete the cycle. So let's go back to the first. So I will be playing all 8 in a row.
pink champagne kisses.
Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac show. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm a bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed to impress. One of a kind girl. I was brought into this world wrapped up in pearls. I love to mingle, though my husband reminds me I'm not single. I meet and greet both the famous and the elite. I ride in limousines, drinking the finest champagne, wearing furs, dazzling diamond jewelry. A girl can't complain. I live upscale life, dining in the finest restaurants, eating the best caviar for free. And no matter how much I enjoy cognac, ooh, ooh. I said cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh.
It's been a Crybaby Productions, darlings.